Hey guys, I am coming back. Part two of the plumbing fiasco. And as I was getting ready for my day, um, so my husband is off of work today. He has like a rotating shift schedule. If you know what my crazy work schedule was, he has the same thing because he's doing what I used to do in corporate. He stayed and then I left to pursue entrepreneurship. Anyway, he we went to Home Depot last night, right? That's the video I posted here in the group, and we brought that home. We it didn't work, and then we finally took apart the P trap, the part that took it apart. There was no permanent blockage, and then I was like, well, so this is a training that I got when I was working with piping back in corporate. So I said, like, take off the elbow. Let's get to a straight piece of pipe, and we had the like a small tiny auger drain cleaner thing. It kind of it looks like a pipe cleaner, right? You know those the pipe cleaners used to decorate. Um, but it was really long. It didn't really reach down where we needed to, so we went from the top down, right where the drain is up in your sink, and then we went down, and then tried to get around the P trap. Really didn't do much, so we took the P trap off, and then we took the elbow off that goes into the wall. So there's another elbow that connects the pipe that goes into the wall, and I had the flashlight, and he's digging out some gunk, but I'm like, there's nothing in there that looks like it's a permanent damage or like a permanent block, because our drain wasn't just slow, it was like completely blocked. So he's at he just this morning we tried again, and that's what I was doing the most of my morning, and then I have a meeting coming up at the bottom. I was like, let me help you out a little bit. Let's get this drain thing solved, because I haven't been able to drink my smoothie for like 2 days, and it's part of my morning routine. Is how I get up. It's like part of my my work day, my workflow, and it kind of threw me off my game. So one what I wanted to talk about was like, when are you just gonna go and get the permanent solution? It's like, well, we did our best. We tried last night with the drain just going down there. This morning we took off the P trap off the bottom, and nothing really came out. I mean, there's some like black gook, you know, the stuff that clings to the insides of your pipe, which is there wasn't any permanent blockage, and so I was like, why don't we just call a plumber? I mean, and then I've been kind of upset, and like, this thing has been going on like way too long. Like, if we had just called the plumber from the get go, it we wouldn't be here like on day three trying to take care of the situation. And it's an analogy for your business, right? How many of you are stuck in something in your business, and you're like, well, maybe I'll just do some kind of workaround, right? Like, let's try and take care of it naturally, like I said last night. Okay, let's try like this low budget tool to get what I need. And one of my clients, we actually upgraded her software from one that was okay for, so we're talking about CRMs. We were in a CRM that, if you don't know what a CRM is, it's your email management system. But I assume everyone in this group is an entrepreneur, has a business, is doing business, through relationship marketing. So you should know what a CRM is. Okay, if you don't know, like, let me know, and I can do like a whole separate training um, on that. Sorry, I get text messages and I get like, ooh, squirrel. Anyhow, right, so we were upgrading her email CRM from one that was just used to send out weekly newsletters, and like when she had a launch, it would just send like a straight sequence of emails. Now we're trying to get more advanced. We're trying to get we'll build out more complex sequences. And the plan that she had laid out, like I have used her software in the past, but it's one of those ones that you start off with. So we were in Aweber, or she was in Aweber. Like I haven't used Aweber since, I don't even know, like 3 years ago. And I upgraded to like an all-in-one software called Kartra. And so I'm the project manager. I don't do the email sending. I don't do any of that. I just get the launch plan and I put it into action. So that's as the business manager, project manager. Anyhow, we like she was using that software for, and it was great. She's made lots and lots of money. She's about to break 7 figures, and it's been good. And I know lots of people who have made 7 figures using Aweber because they say it online. So it's not like NDA kind of stuff. But our copywriter had these nurture sequences that she wanted to deploy, and I was in there trying to get what she wanted to happen in the software. And I'm like, and I had to do research. I had to she uses many different things like WordPress to Aweber to here. So I tried setting up Zapier for it. Like it didn't really work the way that it was supposed to. And until finally we realized that the software that she had just like, I'm all about trying to find the workaround. Like if we can find a workaround, let's find a workaround, because sometimes I feel like these softwares are just, the prices are so exorbitant. Like if you didn't, you're pretty much screwed, right? Which, I mean, you develop an app, it costs a lot to start up, and operating costs and all of that, and even server bandwidth, all of that, right? That costs a lot of money, so I get it. And hiring all the team to help you manage it once everything gets big. Well, what I'm trying to say is, right, we were trying to find a workaround, just like we were trying to find a workaround here for the plumbing issue. Didn't work. What we ended up doing for her business was just upgrading her software to more robust CRM, and that could handle sequencing, tagging, funnels, but like with like if you choose here, like the decision tree kind of thing, right? If you choose this, you go here. If you choose this, you go down to this funnel, and segmenting, and yeah, that's what it's called, segmenting, and those things. So all I'm trying to say is, right, finally we broke down. The plumber's on his way. He'll be here at 12:30 Pacific, thank God. And the other thing I wanted to mention is, right, my husband is at Home Depot right now, or he's on his way home. He picked up one of those bigger drain snakes, the auger type, right? That if you don't know, it's like a tightly wound metal spring, and it's super flexible, and it can go like around corners and bends and everything. But it has like this little bit more open spring at the end, with a little hook to kind of catch any hair, any debris, and you kind of spin it around so that it kind of scrapes the sides and catches like, especially if it's hair, right? If you spin it, it'll catch more hair as it wraps it around itself. So that's a drain snake or an auger that he just bought. Like, if you look at what we did, we bought a $1 Drano, then we bought like a $10 like drain cleaner thing last night with a plunger. So that cost us $10 about last night. And then today he bought the auger, which is $18. But when he was at the store, the plumber finally called me back, and he's gonna fit us into his schedule today. So thank God, right? And he was like, "Can you just ask him how much it costs?" I'm like, at this point, I'm willing to invest whatever money it's going to take to make sure that the drains are clear. And I'm only saying this because we've dealt with like clogged sinks in the past. So we were renting in our space. We're renting in this space, and they were both older buildings built in the 70s, and that gunk that just builds up in the bottom or around your drains. It's just time to get them cleaned out sometimes, right? Like there's years and years of gunk, and even with the auger for $18, yes, we could have cleared it, whatever. But if the guy comes, a professional comes in and actually clears it out and makes it brand new, what is that worth? So in our last apartment, we kept calling a plumber. I think like our toilet was backed up and everything happened at 10 p.m., guys. Freaky, right? Every plumbing issue we had happened at 10 p.m. or after 10 p.m. at our old house, and it happened at 10 p.m. Sunday night here at this house. Patterns. Um anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, finally the final guy that we called, like there was this one lame guy that kept coming and like sneaking out a little bit and like, oh, okay. And then, but then the last guy that came, he had a heavy duty auger that actually pushed water through the pipes, and he actually jet cleaned all the way to the main line that was in the center of the building. And he's like, you'll never have problems again. And we're like, oh my God, like thank you so much. Like all the time that we spent, you know, mousing around, like I have my mouse shirt on today, mousing around with the rinky dink plumber, when this guy who knows what he was doing, and we told him our symptoms, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna snake it all the way to the main pipe. And that really did the job, and he flushed it and made sure like he cleaned the sides of the walls. He did a very thorough job. All of that to say, you know, when are you going to look at your systems that you have? Yes, is the system you're in suitable for the task that you are operating in? Like if you're only using it for this level of work and that tool meets all of your standards, then it's fine. Or even if you're doing SOPs and you're doing them manually, does your like the way that it's written out, does your team know, or do you know all the steps that it takes to do your weekly email, do your social media content for the week, planning out your next launch? If you have like paper and pencil, it's totally fine. Linda will take all of her stuff with a whiteboard and a paper and pencil, and it's fine. You know, and you can use the schedulers in social media to schedule out your posts. It's fine. And like Facebook actually prefers that. But if you are growing and scaling, and it's, you know what, and the plumbing thing, it's the same thing with my social media. I didn't want to do it anymore. I just didn't want the headache. Some people love it. I hate it. I really hate it. And like email marketing, I have collected emails for you to join this group. Have I sent any emails to you? No, because the program that I'm using, I upgraded my software, but I bought it as like a beta, and it's growing. It's going to be more robust than Infusionsoft and ClickFunnels. They're taking, and Kajabi, they're taking components of all of those softwares and putting it into one, and I got it for like a lifetime deal for $500, and it was great. It was a great investment. I never have to invest in another platform again, but I'm not using it because the learning curve is kind of steep, and I would need to do some coding and things to get the pages to look like how I want it to look like, because the Visual Builder is not, they're still working their way up on updating the Visual Builder. Anyhow, so it's really up to you when you upgrade your system. So it took us, that one client that I'm working for, almost 6 weeks for us to get the new software, like just to decide to invest in the new software. And we actually called in an advisor to look at it, because I said, I don't know it, like, let's hire an expert. We hired an expert to come and look at our system, which is be like hiring a plumber to look at your pipes, right? He's like, no. Funny, they're both pipelines, right? Email marketing systems are called pipelines too. So here's the irony of how God speaks to me in real life, and what shows up, and naturally. So finally, after having the expert look at our systems and then give the advice, like, if you're going and you're growing and scaling, honestly, the campaigns that you want to run need a more robust system. And she was like, okay, cool. So we got the approval to go ahead and update the software, or like just enroll into the bigger software, and it was fine. So it's up to you to decide, like, how long are you gonna just keep mousing around with what you're doing, tinkering it around, like trying to piece stuff together, puzzle things together, or are you gonna just say, screw it, let me hire an expert to look at all my, see which one works, which ones don't work, and that's it. Just go all in and get everything flowing and working for you. All right, I gotta head off to my next meeting. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.